My name is Maya Digbite, and I am a 15-year-old mobile language developer from Lagos, Nigeria, a female in tech advocate, and also the co-founder of the Girls Techie, a non-profit organization, a mission to empowering, connecting, and inspiring young girls in STEM. I've been in tech since as younger as ever. I've been in tech since when I say age 5. Then I used to do Microsoft packages. That's the Microsoft Word, the PowerPoint presentations, and everything relating to Microsoft packages. Then I moved on to learning 2D animations, 3D animations, and also design animations in general before I started coding at age 9. But at age 9, I was initially my first programming language I learned was Python. But then my instructor advised that I switch to another to start learning another language, probably because I wasn't doing well. So then I moved on to learning Scratch. So if for those who know Scratch is a fun programming language. You have to fix blocks and it's more of childish zone. Then I was 10 before I then moved on to learning web development and then mobile development. From the beginning, when I say my dad was kind of interested in me knowing this AI, that's artificial intelligence part, and that's why he asked me to learn the Python programming language initially. Yeah, so I started with Python, but in the introduction, while I was starting my tech journey, I don't do Python any longer. So I'm now a web developer, a web and mobile developer. That's I create websites and mobile applications. So for my websites, I create websites with HTML, CSS, and MERN. That's the MERN stack. That's MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. And I also use Flutter to build my mobile applications. I guess that will be the current project I'm working on now. That's it's a full stack project, and it's a site where it's a site similar to Pexels, but instead of photos, the photos, Pexels is where you can download photos, videos, and shorter stocks. But this is going to have photos, videos, and shorter stocks of blacks. And this was actually inspired because my younger sister makes video. So there was a time she wanted to write a story about, she converts stories into video format. So there was a time she wanted to make a video, and she checked online. This story was an African-centered story. And the most appropriate shorter stock to use is that of an African. But then when we're searching for that particular scene, she couldn't find it. And it's quite hard, searching for scenes. It's usually hard searching through Shutterstock or Pexels for the particular scene you want to do. Sometimes you don't get it. So what about if you have a site that has collection of African photos? So whereby once every search result you get is that of an African, and you don't have to go through the stress. My sister goes through every time she's making a video. It's actually inspired because while growing, I'm still growing, all right. So a few years ago, before I started when I got online, that's when I started using Twitter and attending communities. That's like this GDG communities or events. I used to be the youngest in most of these events, and then after some research, it was quite hard finding, friends of my age. It was quite hard finding friends of my age who are also in the tech field or the tech ecosystem. And this is a major challenge we do face. So then that's one of the reasons I created, I co-founded the Girls Techie with one of my friends. And whereby we have a community for young girls with the same interests, whereby whereby we have a community for young girls with the same interest. But before we could create this community, we especially in this country, Nigeria, these girls need to first equipped with the skill, and that's why the Girls Techie was actually made. So after equipping these girls with this skill, they could join this community, and Like when we organized our cohorts that earlier this year, after training them on this skill, some were able to join our general community, and so far we've been raising a small community of young girls in tech. So when your community, oh, I'm going to see like people of my age who are like-minded, and it's easier to interact with them, because one of our research during our research on why there's a low percentage of girls in STEM, especially in Africa and then Nigeria. That's because these young girls don't see people to inspire them. The people they see are people who are way older than them, or people who are not their gender. But by the time they say a community of young girls who are doing great in this tech or in the STEM space, they are like inspired. Since she can do it, I can also do it. One of the reasons that also made me very passionate about tech and make me so interested in tech again was when I saw the video of a 9-year-old girl, that's Chitandali Rao, who built a mobile app at the age of 9. And I was like, wow, at this young age, she could do that, then that means I could. So that's the main reason the Girls Techie was created. I guess now I'm just like preparing for some exams that's required in university. So I'm attending my A-level classes and my SAT classes. So for now, those are the classes I still go to. That's all in preparation for uni, right? So. If you are currently watching this, it's just start. And I guess, like what you said, sometimes you have interest, but you don't know where to start from. All right. So where to start from actually depends on your interest. So a lot of time, people have always asked me the question, I want to get into tech, but I don't know what to do or where to start from. And my response most times is usually like, it's usually easier if you learn or you focus on a field that actually interests you. Say you're interested, you love playing games, and there's this creative mind that I also want to build my game. So for that kind of person, it would be more suitable for the person to learn game development. So you look at what part of this tech actually interests you, that captures your attention, and then I guess you could just research and start from there. And the resource you could use is you could use with the online, with the 21st century, whereby classes are taught online. So a great resource you could use is Udemy. So Udemy has pre-recorded videos done by experts in different IT fields and other fields too. And so you could check out Udemy after coming up with I recommend the conclusion on what aspects of tech you'd love to venture into.